do this. Okay, well, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I don't know what it's like for all y'all, but it is finally going to be a nice 80-degree day here up in Michigan. So I have no complaints about that. And I'm feeling good. So I'm hoping you guys are too. Thank you for joining me. I am JD, your digital marketing and technologies manager, if you don't know me. And today we are talking, this is one of our monthly BombBomb informationals, but I'm really thinking I'm going to start to kind of change it to like a video informational, because today what we really want to talk about is some great content, some great ideas that you can shoot, videos you can shoot for your sphere, and then leverage BombBomb to get that information, to get those videos out to your clients. So this is going to be a little bit less of a how-to and more of a here's what you can do with it. Please use the chat feature if you guys have questions along the way. We won't go over an hour. We'll probably go a little bit under today. But I wanted to start by still doing a version of an explainer, a quick overview of what BombBomb is. So at its core, BombBomb is a video communication tool. It is a way for you to directly send videos to clients, to your sphere, to one person, to a group of people with little to no work or concern or frustrations on either end. The example I always use is that if you're doing a kind of a listing tour for a client and you're kind of going around with your smartphone. I gotta turn the blur off for this. I'm sorry, you guys are gonna see my painting and my record player, but I bring my phone up too much in this training to not do that. So let's just go here. So if I'm walking around a listing with my phone, kind of doing this, and then maybe it's a 2-minute video, and then I try to send that to my client. It takes a lot of time and data for my video to get over to them, and then they have to download it and for them to be able to view it. And once it's downloaded, it stays there in 2 different places. It stays in their messages and where they downloaded the video in their photo reel. And it takes up a lot of time, a lot of data, and it's just not very simple. The other thing that you can do with BombBomb is that you can send it out to a large group of people, part of which we'll be talking about today, so that you don't have to do it individually. You don't have to send all these different things. And then when we talk about why this over YouTube or why this over something else, there are a couple big reasons. Number one is that, I've always forgot my laptop, how this bar looks. Number one is that when I send a video, as you guys have seen in the informational emails going out, this is what you see. You see a little GIF of me scratching my face apparently, but you see a little GIF, you can do a wave or something like that. This is what someone sees when they open their email, and then they can click on it right away, watch the video, no sign-in required, no email needed, no registration, no downloading of anything. And then of course, the final part that I love to talk about that I've mentioned before is that it all syncs seamlessly from my phone to my laptop to my Gmail integration to my Google Chrome integration. It all speaks right away. If I were to take my phone right now, shoot a 30-second video, save it, if I went to my videos tab here on my browser, it would refresh automatically or be there automatically after I refresh. So that's sort of what BombBomb is. It makes video communication vastly easier for you, vastly easier for your clients. And also, the one thing that I didn't talk about is that you get all the stats and analytics. So when I go to my dashboard here, over here under the track section, I can see the emails that I've sent and when they were last opened. So when I sent this video a couple of days ago, I can see that somebody opened it and actually watched it just 48 minutes ago. So there's a lot of value that comes in with BombBomb. When you look at, we'll kind of circle back to this part at the end. We have a deal through the Schmidt family of companies. We have a partnership with BombBomb where it is less than 50% of what it would cost. I just put the link in the chat so you guys have it directly. Less than 50% of what it would cost to actually to use BombBomb outside of the company. We one time had an agent leave the company and say, hey, I'm switching brokerages, but is there any way I can still keep my my cheaper BombBomb account? And we're like, yeah, it's not really how that works, bro. So we did, but it's a great deal. And it's one of those things that I tell people this all the time, where if you use BombBomb, if you actually actively use it, you will see the results from it. You will see the value from it. But if you sign up for it and then it just sits there and you don't use it, and 3 months later, you're like, hey, I'm paying for this and I'm not using it, that's where the difference comes into play. So I want to talk about a bunch of cool ways. Why did the mailman just throw mail on my floor instead of in the mailbox? That's very interesting. I'll have to go take a look at that later. A lot of very cool ways to leverage video, and to really, this is my word of the day when it comes to BombBomb. You know, if there was a bingo card, you could hit it. BombBomb makes you a differentiator. BombBomb, if you look at your office, how many people in your office are doing video consistently on social media or an email to their sphere? It is a way to not only communicate content, but, and this is what we're going to talk about today, brand yourself as the expert. So that's what I really wanted to talk about today, is the kind of content that you can shoot with, or that you should be shooting, the kind of information you should be sharing, whether you're doing it through BombBomb or you're doing it through another platform. We have an opportunity, you have an opportunity as agents right now to dispel misinformation in the market, and to at the same time brand yourself as the market expert. So I'm going to start with a little slideshow presentation. I've done some of these slides before, but they're a little bit big. I want to make sure that I don't need to worry too much about some of these things. So this is not overly relevant to what we're going to go to directly, but I still think it's a really interesting a piece of information that can help facilitate reasons and hopefully help you realize why engaging is so important. So I found this last year. It is the top 4 reasons brands or pages, businesses, are unfollowed on social media. If I was in a room with you in real life, I would make you guess, but I'm going to take that off of your plates this time. So number 1 is poor quality of product or support, right? The actual thing itself, whatever the product is not good, or the support around that is not good. Number 2, poor customer service. Similar to support, but this is the equivalent of, hey, I reached out, I sent an email, I asked a question, and I got no response. Or the response was a corporate blah, blah, blah sort of a thing that didn't actually do anything. Irrelevant content. This is part of what we're talking about today. If I follow a page and all of the content has nothing to do with why I followed it, I'm going to dip out of there pretty quickly, because that's not why I was there in the first place. Then number 4, too many ads. When we talk about ads, we're not saying there's too much content. We're saying there's too many direct advertisements, too many moments of, hey, do you want to work with me? Do you have a referral you can send me? I'm the best agent, work with me. Too many of that. Ads are important, and they are a big part of what we do on social media and in digital marketing. However, if that's all we do, we're not building relationships. We're not building trust. I was just yesterday giving a training to new agents in the state of Michigan, our Launchpad training, and I'm going to kind of share a little bit of what I shared there, because it goes back to what we're talking about here. And you guys know this better than I do. Real estate is a personal business. People work with you because they know you, they like you, they trust you. You've heard that billions of times. You've heard that from brokers, from trainers, from coaches, everything. Building relationships is a massive part of building your business. The example that I always give when it comes to the video training in general, or upkeep of leads in general, is that I had in a Facebook group I was in, I had an agent sharing a story from the Las Vegas area who said that he helped clients close on buyers close on a $6 million property, and the transaction went great. Everything went smoothly, no hiccups, off to the races. About a year later, he saw in the MLS that property had just sold. This is the one that he had helped them buy. So he looked into it a little bit, and the couple had actually sold that home and bought another one in the same price range with a different agent. So he reached out and said, hey, I saw you guys sold this home. Congrats. Hope you found the dream home. Hey, just curious, is there any reason why you didn't work with me? I just want to make sure, or work with me again, because I just want to make sure that I'm doing the best I can for my clients and I can learn from any experiences. And the wife replied and said, hey, whatever the guy's name was, no, we actually loved working with you. We just couldn't remember your name, and we had misplaced your business card or whatever it was. And so we reached out to a friend for a referral, and Rick worked with them. And the reason this agent shared the story is he said, from the day the transaction closed, I did not reach out once to those clients for the next 12 months. I didn't do a follow-up email. I didn't do a holiday campaign. I didn't send them a mailer. I didn't call to check in. I didn't do anything. And because of that, 12 months later, from them alone, he lost $12 million in value. So and then the flip of that, of course, is the more you build there's a manager in our one of our Traverse City offices who shares a story. There's one time, again, I was up there and he was passing by quick on his way to a closing, and we chatted for a couple of minutes, and he goes, I'm actually on my way to a closing. And he smiles and he goes, when I started here 10, 12, however long ago it was, he goes, there was this client, they had recently moved from Mexico up to Traverse City, and they were trying to buy like a $80,000 or $90,000 home, and none of the agents in the office wanted it. And so I was new and I needed listings. So I took them and we bought the home and it went great. He goes, I'm literally walking down the hall to close on a $550,000 home with them. This is probably the 10th or 12th transaction they've given me over the past 10, 15 years, from themselves, from referrals, friends and family, stuff like that. He said, and when we talk about it later after the closing, he's like, that is a relationship. That is what you do. That is how you get longevity in your business. And when you get business from other people, from referrals, from friends and family. Last kind of point I'll make before we really dive into the presentation is I had another manager, Bernie Merkel. He's in Michigan. He said to me, when I started at this company, he said, if you take care of your clients for the first 5 years of your career, they'll take care of you for the rest. And that's really what I want to focus on, is this idea of building relationships and building trust, because that is what keeps people coming back to you. That is what keeps you top of mind. And as we'll talk about throughout this presentation, the past couple of years, with the market being not even ups and downs or topsy-turvy, but there just being so many headlines or information, or is this true or that true, all that crap being out there, you have the opportunity to become the expert on the market, to be the person people see as the expert. You just have to get that information out there. So let's talk a little bit about video and the big three. Spoiler alert there, let's get them out of here. Okay, so when we talk about the big three, this is sort of if I had a marketing book that I'd write someday, which I'm not going to, I have no interest in doing that. These are my big three: value, engagement, and relationships. This is my big three, my secret sauce to marketing, especially social and digital marketing, but across the board, these are the big three that build a powerful and successful relational business. So let's break those down. Number one, value. Value simply means, what is the consumer or my sphere getting out of this, not what do I get out of this. That's all it means. What do you get out of it instead of me? What value am I providing to you? Jab, 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 right hook. This kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about people saying there are too many ads on social media, or from a page, why I didn't follow a page, there's too many ads. A right hook is an ad, right? That's me asking you to work with me, telling you why I'm great. The jabs are the value I provide you without expecting anything in return. Here's an article, here's an update on the market, here's some cool tips, here's something going on downtown, here's one of my listings. The jab is, hey, here's all of this stuff for you. Here's the value for you. The right hook is, hey, work with me. Here's why you should work with me. Do you have someone who'd like to work with me? It's the ask. The more value you provide without expectation, the more valuable you become. The more value you provide without expectation, the more valuable you become. Let's break that down real quick. What we're saying here is that if you are consistently being pushy, if you are consistently asking and doing the right hook, right hook, right hook, the dynamic changes in the relationship, where you are the one needing the business, needing the help, wanting all these things, and you're making the client almost, I don't really love this term, but almost the ones in the position of power. Whereas if you continue to provide value, if you say, and this is not just in digital marketing, I think that's literally my next point here. Yeah, this is not just in social media marketing, right? If you do an adoption event or a client appreciation event or flower flat cards or a Christmas tree card, whatever it is that you do, that is value you're providing without expectation. You're not saying, hey, I would love to give you a Christmas tree this year if you give me 3 referrals. You're just going, hey, I'd love to give you a Christmas tree this year. Here's a card. Come by on Saturday and pick one out for you and your family. That's the value you provide without directly expecting anything in return. So the more value you provide without expectation, the more valuable you become. The more you do all of those things, the more people get closer to you, enjoy what you're doing, are appreciative of it, and want to work with you before you even ask them to work with you. And like I said, this is not just digital marketing. This is across the board. One of my favorite examples of this is I had an agent in Ohio, she spent time one day. She was one of the sweetest people. She spent time one day baking cookies and then putting little gift baskets together, like just little miniature ones with a few cookies. I feel like there was one other trinket in there, and then of course her business card. And she literally went to her favorite restaurants and businesses in town and just said, "Hey, my name is so and so. I come here all the time. I love your guys' food. I love your product. I just wanted to drop off a little gift of appreciation." And she gave them some cookies and a little trinket, and then was on her way. And she did that. She said, I did that for maybe 20 businesses over the course of a week. And the next week, she had 2 new listings from people who were that appreciative and were actually, hey, by the way, I was actually in the market. That is directly value without expectation, and then getting the results from that. So value, the more value you provide, the more valuable you become. And value, I want to add this too. Value is a very nebulous term. Value does not just mean information. Value can be entertainment. It could be inspiration. It could just be literally making somebody smile. Value does not need to be, hey, here are 5 things going on in the market right now, or here are all the pieces of information, or here's where I can give you a free market analysis. Those are all great things and are valuable, but posting a photo of you on, or a view of I don't know, Lake Michigan and a nice sunset saying, this is why I love living here. That's value. It might not seem like it, but that is value. Let's move on to number 2, engagement. Engagement basically means interacting with the content or with your sphere. The more valuable your content, the more engagement you will receive. It's a pretty straightforward equation, but let's kind of dissect that. The more valuable your content, the more the stuff that you're doing is interesting or humorous or engaging. There's a term. Or people, more interaction, the more valuable the content, the more people are going to want to engage with that. They might have follow-up questions on something. Maybe you do a market report and send it out, and then someone responds as, oh, hey, thanks, that was really interesting. Can you explain A, B, or C to me? That's engagement. Somebody commenting on a photo that you post on Facebook, that's engagement. The more valuable the content, the more custom or unique, or the more you that is in there, the more engagement your stuff is going to receive. Engagement is both analytical and anecdotal. What do I mean by that? Analytical, I purely mean that the better your content, the more engagement it's going to get. The more clicks, the more shares, the more comments, the more watch throughs, whatever. The more valuable your content, the more people are going to engage with it. And your analytics for your ads, for your posts, even if they're organic, for any of that, is going to just be higher. It's just going to be better. And then anecdotal, of course, is stuff like that. It's saying like, hey, I saw your video. This is a true story. I had an agent who did a lot of video, still does a lot of video. And he said he was walking back to his car from lunch one day downtown in the city he works. And he said that a guy in a DTE energy van, so I don't know, I think DTE is maybe local in the Midwest, but they're an energy electric company. He said a guy in a DTE energy van pulled over and said, hey, are you so-and-so? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I recognize you from your videos online. Can I have your card? Because my wife and I have been thinking about selling lately. That's anecdotal, right? That's literally the videos you've been doing are so great that someone literally pulled over to say, hey, can I have your card? Because we want to work with you. So engagement is across the board. When someone engages, engage back. This is kind of goes back to the point I shared earlier. Poor customer service is 49%, or 49% of people stop following a page because of poor customer service. If someone asks a question, answer it. If someone comments something, respond to it. I heard this stat from NAR about, oh gosh, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and it still blows my mind whenever I think about it. Nationwide, I almost want to say nationwide is on your side. Nationwide, out of all of the real estate lead forms that are filled out, whether that is an ad that you're running on social media, whether it is a form on, EliteSotheby's.com or ColdwellBanker.com or C21 or Better Homes and Garden, whether it's on that site, maybe it's on Zillow or Realtor.com, any contact form that is filled out related to real estate, nationwide, 99% of those forms go unanswered. 99% of all people filling out forms do not hear back from anybody. That is shocking to me. Now, I know that one of the quick excuses might be, well, they're not all real people. Of course, they're not all real people. Some of them, or they might be filling out one form on several sites. They might be not serious buyers or sellers, whatever. 90, think of it as if 100 people walk into your office and you're on floor, the first 99 people come and say, hey, I have a question about this, or I'd like to see more about this property. And you just stare at the wall and they kind of get confused and walk out. And then the 100th person comes in, you go, yeah, absolutely. Let's go take a look right now. Poor customer service is a massive reason why people don't engage or unfollow social media. So when someone engages, engage back. The final part is relationships. So here's the equation that I have. When your content is valuable, and when you engage with your sphere and with your leads, with that valuable content, what you build are relationships. Relationships are for new clients. And when I say that, I mean this for both new clients and leads, so I'm brand new to your sphere, and I mean it to your current sphere of influence, people who you've already been working with. This equation works in all these facets. Relationships, yeah, this is the point I thought was going to come up next. Relationships are how you become impactful for years, not just one transaction. So this goes back to that story I shared earlier, right? That agent closed on a $6 million listing. That's awesome. Good for him. 12 months later, he lost 12 million in volume because he did zero follow-up. Relationships are how you become impactful for years, how you continue to get referrals and business from those people, not just one transaction. So this is going to be this is the important part about, this is going to kind of lead into the BombBomb aspect of this. Going back to what I was saying earlier about the content needing to be valuable and you being, well, let me just say right there. What I was telling the agents yesterday, the new agents in Michigan, is this: you are the bedrock of your business. Your properties are what people are the product. That's what you're buying. That's what you're listing. That's what you're selling. That is sort of the product. But if someone decides, hey, I'm going to work with Carly, it's not just going to be, it's not going to the majority of the reason it's not going to be because she works with the brokerage that she works with. That might be part of it. It absolutely will be part of it, but it's not going to be the main reason. It's not going to be because of the 15 or 1 or 3 or listings that you have active or your recent solds. Absolutely going to be part of the equation, but not the main reason. The main reason somebody is going to work with you is because they like you, or they know you, or they trust you, or a combination of all three. If it's a referral, it's going to be, hey, JD said to work with you because he likes, knows, and trusts you. So I'm already taking him at his word. I'd like to interview you for this to list my home. You are the bedrock of your business. You need to be in things. When I say make things personal, what I mean is you need to be active, you need to be present, you need to be visible to your sphere. I cannot stress how important it is for you to be out there. When I go to a Facebook page that I think is working effectively, what I see are articles or listings, and then I see the agent. I see a video that they're in. I see a photo with you and your clients. I see something that has you actively in it. That is, and I could share with you statistics on this all day long. I did this just the other day, actually, when I did this training. And let me go to the Paradise, Coldwell Banker Paradise page, because this is what I was using as an example yesterday, which should still come through here. So when I look at some of the stuff that we've shared, we've got some listings here, right? A listing that's great, beautiful. Oh, this one's got a like to it right there. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Listings, there's a share on that one. Someone shared that. Here's an interesting article that somebody shared. Then we get to a photo of an agent. This is just purely a brand new agent to the team. Already this has 10 reactions and 7 comments. Scrolling back down to this, another listing, great, no real reactions there. Another new agent, 8 reactions, 4 comments. A Cinco post, great, got some reactions there. The further we go, the more you're going to see listings just do not get as much direct engagement on a page as you do. Listing there, getting some reactions, that's great. But when I scrolled down, when I was doing this yesterday, I scrolled down to some of the awards that our agents were getting from earlier. So this guy's got 10, 4 comments, 3 shares. Cool little graphic there. 8 reactions there, 9 reactions there, 3 comments. You're getting my point. But when we get down to the awards in a couple seconds here, 25 reactions, 11 comments and a share, 11 reactions, 6 comments, 2 shares. If there is this is a quick way to think of it. If there's a face in the photo, it's going to do better. It's as simple as that. If there is a face in the photo, it's going to perform better. Cindy said, you said active. something invisible. What is the middle thing? I do, you know, to be honest with you, I don't know what word I said. I have to go back and rewatch it. But I think it is all related to this. It is the idea of being engaged, probably, maybe. I don't know if that was the exact word, but my point being is just, maybe it was present. I think that is what it was, present, being present on your page. Because what I've also seen is I've gone to someone's page and I scroll and scroll and scroll, and all I see are articles and listings and maybe market updates, but I don't see you anywhere. I don't see the agent anywhere. And that's the most important part of social media, digital marketing, and video, is you being active, you being present. So I don't know if I don't need to, I'm going to scroll through this because I don't think any of these are super helpful. I think there's a couple here that I do want to just highlight when we talk about video on the whole before we get into the actual content itself. So just to kind of reiterate some of the ideas of video here, in 2020, 4 out of every 5 minutes online were spent watching video. 80% of the time spent online was spent watching video. This next point is massive to me. Social video generates 1,200% more shares than text and images combined. I've been using the stat for a long time and it still blows my mind. If you're saying, I want to connect with my clients in the best way possible, video generates 1,200% more shares than text and images combined. If I post a photo and say, great to be here, or I don't know, something silly like that, and I do a video, statistically speaking, 1,200% more people are going to share that. So instead of one person sharing it, I'm going to have 12 people sharing it. And this is the other couple of points that are important to me when we talk about video. What we talk about when we talk about video. When I used to do stuff on trainings on video and being active and stuff, I used to tell people like, hey, this is the up and coming thing. Doing this now is going to put you ahead of the curve. This is going to put you in front of your competitors. We're now at the point where platforms are not only doing this currently, but have reinvented themselves to be more video centric. Facebook and Instagram are following trends like TikTok to be more video centric. And video is coming further and further. And statistically, your clients, the general population, not bound by any age demographic at all, this is across the board, are moving toward video. People are watching more and more video. And I've heard every excuse in the book. I guarantee you I've heard every excuse in the book about why I'm not doing video, or yeah, but this, or yeah, but that. And some of them are very legitimate reasons. I'm not saying there's not, but this is the thing. We need to meet our clients where they are. Our clients are watching video. They're watching YouTube videos. They're watching Amazon and Netflix and Disney Plus. They're watching Facebook videos and Instagram videos. You need to meet them where they are. The more you do that, the more you meet them, the less work they have to do to be engaged with you. Then, of course, the last one is once you start, it gets easier. So let's talk a little bit about the kind of content that we can share, the kind of stuff we should be talking about. So this is what I was saying earlier when I started, is that we are currently in a spot where there are a lot of there's a lot of headlines out there. Like let's put it that way. It's a lot of headlines. There's a lot of when I say misinformation, I don't mean anything political by that. What I mean is that the example I like to use is a lot of you probably know I've got twins that are toddlers, are 2.5, and whenever I'm at my parents' house, my parents have a house where very much the TV is just kind of always on. The news is just kind of on in the background, and they might be doing a story on the news about, the little lower third, the little headline across the bottom says, are we headed towards a recession, a real estate recession? Are we heading towards is the real estate bubble about to pop, or something like that? And while they're walking around playing with the kids, making dinner, they look up and that's what they see. They simply see the one headline that says, are we headed towards a real estate recession or a real estate bubble collapse? When you're flipping through the paper, you might see a headline or two and not read the full article, but just see one of those two headlines. And maybe if you read the article, there's more information there, but that's the headline that somebody sees. And that we all know, and again, I mean this just purely from a objective news standpoint, news organizations and local news, when they're looking for a headline, they're looking for something grabby. They're going to use language to pull you in, to keep you interested. And because of that, the language is stronger than it might actually reflect in reality. The headline might say, is the real estate market heading towards a downturn? And then the information is, there were 2% less buyers in Florida in April than there were in May, or in March or something like that. So my point here is that there are so many things out there that we might catch a glimpse of while we're watching, while we're listening, podcasts, something like that. And so what happens, and this has happened, the example I use of my parents is not a made up example. They are looking at actively selling their home right now, but before they had thought about it, they had said, to me at dinner, they're like, well, we're thinking of selling, but we know the market's not really great right now for sellers. And I was like, well, where'd you hear that? And so I just saw it on the news, the market's there. And then I was in the opportunity to say, well, that's not really the full truth, and explain it to them. And now they just got their photos done and are looking at listing in the next couple of weeks. So what my point here is that there is a lot of, just to use that word, misinformation out there, but you know the market better than they do. That is literally your job, to know the market, to know what's going on, and to help list and buy properties for your clients. You have an opportunity to be the person to share that information with them, to actually share, hey, this is actually what's going on in the market right now. This is actually what we've seen locally in Pepper Pike for the past 30 days. And let me tell you what that means for you and what that means for buyers or sellers. So what I want to talk, like my goal today, half an hour into this now to get to the meat of it, is you have an opportunity to not only share the correct information, but to be seen as the person that people go to for that information. What I mean by that is, you have the opportunity to say, hey, this is what's going on. This is the truth of the market, what's happening here. And then follow that up with, here's why that matters for you. And then when you start to do that consistently, once a month, once a week, whatever you want to do, the more you do that, people see you as that person. They come to you because they go, oh, I know Melissa. She's the one who's always sharing that info. She'll know if it's a good time to buy or sell. She'll be able to help out my cousin who's looking to move here or sell their home and move out of here or something like that. It is all about being valuable, which is why we talked about that for so long. And then it's about being consistent, because nothing works once. And if it does, it is the exception, not the rule. So what I'm challenging you to do today, and I want to show you how you can do this very easily in BombBomb, what I'm challenging you to do specifically is a market update, a market report. It can be 60 seconds long. It can be a minute and a half long. It could be less than that. But what I want to walk through this idea is how you can do a monthly or weekly or whatever you want to do, monthly update to very easily send to your sphere. So I'm going to walk through that process. That is what I want us to focus on right now. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to focus on getting the info here. Now, this is where I have one cool idea. I'm trying to think of where can I pull up the thing that we were looking at right here. So there's a couple of things I want to share. One, this is where if you are one of our Coldwell Banker agents, I do want to share one of the cool tools that you have available, but I also want to share with you the other version of it, another easy way to do this. So what's my password here? The first thing I want to talk about in this process is getting the data. Okay, I'm going to do a market update. How do I get the data? Where do I get it from? If you're a Coldwell Banker agent, there's a tool called Market Quest. We've talked about it before. I just want to zoom into this a little quickly here. I'm going to click on Market Quest, and I'm going to very easily generate a graphic that is, if the tool loads, which it doesn't always want to do, I'm going to go to the market snapshot right here. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, let's just do Holland. No, we'll do Grand Rapids because that's where I live now. So I go to the city of Grand Rapids, and I go down here. I want a monthly report for May, and it's going to be reflective of where we are now versus the past 90 days. So here's what I'm doing. I clicked update, and now I have a graphic with all of this information for me right here. I can go up here if I want to and edit the data points and say, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about number of average days on market. That's great. I want to talk about the average list price and the average sale price going up. That's great. Number of properties sold, that's down, but I do want to talk about it. These points are great. Cool. I'm going to save that, and I'm simply going to download this graphic. Now I have 5 talking points that I can use for this graphic or for my video, for my update. Now, if you're not with CB, or if Market Snapshot doesn't work, or you just don't like that, the second thing you can do is pull a report from your MLS. And this is where it takes a little bit of work to gather the info, but it's doable. So right here, there's some April stats that were pulled for 2023 versus 2022. And the agent who we were helping on this highlighted the information, did some of the math and said, okay, there were this many listings this year versus last year. And then we did some percentage math there. 83.79 for listings over 750, active and new listings, and then some of the summary stats as the median sales price, average consecutive days on market, sold list, stuff like this. So you go in, you take this data, and you do the math to figure out the information that you want to share. So if you don't know how to do that, maybe it's just a matter of looking at it. Maybe it's a matter of sitting down with your broker and saying, hey, I'm trying to make sense of this information. Because the thing that you need to keep in mind is that this information is not going to other realtors. It's going to go to your clients. So step one is getting the information. Let's just say I've done the math or I have it. This is the information that I want to use. Step two is familiarizing yourself with this a little bit, or it's just going right in and shooting the video. Now, I'm going to do this specifically in BombBomb first, in the BombBomb platform. I could do it through my Gmail integration. I could do it through my phone or whatever, but I'm going to do it here through my computer by clicking New Video and then record myself. I don't want to do a screen recording right now. I just want people to see me. And what's cool here is that I can do this video right here. If I want to, I can even turn on the speaker notes so that what I can do with the speaker notes here, if I want to, is actually add that information that I have there from this graphic. But because I have it in a graphic right here, I'm just going to keep this up on screen for me to look at. Because that way, when I'm looking at the camera, I can look over right here at the information, literally right here, and you can barely even tell my eyes are moving. Or if I want to, like I can put it in here. So I can say, average days on market up 2% or something, whatever it is. I could say, what's some of the other info here? Average list price up 10%. So something like that. Now, these notes that you're adding here are exclusively for you. They are not for other agents. They're not going to be seen by anybody, or sorry, not for other agents. Well, they aren't for other agents. They aren't going to be seen by anybody else. They're only for you when you are working on your video and shooting your video. So I've done that. I've got my notes there. I've got my graphic ready, and then I'm going to shoot my video. There are two components to this video that I want you guys to think about when you're shooting your own video. I want you to think about what is the information that you're sharing and why does that matter to the consumer? Why should I care what you're saying, or how does it affect me as a buyer or seller? Those are the two components. What is the info? Why does it matter? And keep in mind, remember again, you're talking to consumers. You're not talking to other agents. So here's what we're going to do. Ready? I'm going to click record. Pull up my graphic, and here we go. Hey guys, JD here. I'm ready to share with you our May market snapshot for the city of Grand Rapids. Now remember that this is for the city limits of Grand Rapids, so it is also it's a good kind of view of the whole greater area, but it's specific stats about the city. So here's one of the things I want to share. One of the most important parts of this is that the average sales price compared to the last 3 months is up 20%. Average sales price is up 20%, and the average list price is up 10%. So what that means is the average list price is what a listing is listed at originally, and the sales price is what it actually sells for. So they're both up, which means that you might have heard something in the market about home values kind of depreciating, but that is not the case for sellers right now. The home market is actually the value of homes is still on the way up. Now, another thing that I wanted to share is the average days on market. The average days on market right now is hovering around 21 days on market, and that's up 2%. Now, that might seem like, okay, that means homes are selling, waiting a little bit longer to be sold. But I also want you to keep in mind that the past 3 months that this data is compared to is winter and spring in Michigan. We're looking at February, March, and April, which is not reflective of the coming market for the summer and the fall. So although the average days on market is up 2% right now, I easily foresee it going down over the next few months as well. So all of this to say that if you're thinking about selling your home, I don't want you to listen or hear about these things about values are depreciating or home values are going down. That is not the case. You can still get amazing value for your properties, more than even last year or the year before. And although the days on market is a little high right now, it is absolutely going to go down over the next few months. So if you want more information on your home, if you're curious about what your home's value could be or what's on the market right now, I'd love to help out. Give me a call, shoot me a text, and we'll talk soon. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next month. So what we have there is a roughly 2-minute video, a little bit on the longer side, but I feel like the information was valuable there. So I'm going to click save on that video real quick. So what I did there, let me go back. What I did there was I shared the information. You notice I didn't share all of it. I didn't share all 5 points that 5 points I had here. I shared 3 of them. And then I explained why that is interesting, or, oh, thank you, Linda, for the clap. Why that is interesting and why that is relevant to you as a buyer or seller. Now, I know that I do video for a living, so I know that that was a little bit easier for me than it might be for you the first time you do it. But I also want you to pay attention to how imperfect that video was, right? I stuttered a couple of times. I did my ums or uhs. I kind of repeated myself here or there. That is okay. That is good. That is, and believe it or not, I mean, hand to God, that is endearing. That makes someone go, oh, wow, I'm actually listening to JD. I'm not listening to a robot. I'm not listening to somebody reading a script and just going line by line and reciting something back to me. It's human. And so the little ums and the little ahs is always going to be great. I'll circle back to this at the end. If you've never done a video before and you're nervous about doing the first one, send it to me. I will be the guinea pig. I will be the person who watches your first video. And I can think of 0 instances where someone's done that and I've gone, yeah, maybe we should reshoot that entire thing. There might be a couple things here, there we go, hey, that was great. Next time we can work on this or that. But your videos are always going to be better than you think they are. You are always going to be your own worst critic. And that is one of the most paralyzing things, which means it's one of the biggest things we need to figure out how to get over. But let's keep going here, okay? So here's what I've done now. The first thing I've done is I've shot the video, or the second thing I've done is I've shot the video. I gathered the information, I shot the video. What do I do with this video now? Now I can send it out. If I want to, I can share it on social media, but I don't want to talk about sharing it on social media right now because that's not the goal of what we're doing with BombBomb. It is an added, I want to say added feature. It is an option that you can do with BombBomb. But what I want to talk about is how to share this with your sphere. So what's cool is that within BombBomb, within the program, if I click down here on email with BombBomb template, this blue or orange bar there, I don't know where I said blue, I have the option to, one, I can just do, okay, it's a little bit of an easier template, but if I go up to, that's actually right up here to where it says templates, and it's a little icon up here, but it says templates. If I click on that, all of the templates in BombBomb are going to become available to me. I can scroll and scroll and scroll, and I'm going to see a lot of the ones from them, but I'm also, if I scroll on far enough, every brand and brokerage we have, you are going to see branded templates for you and for your videos. So let's just, for the sake of it, I'm going to go up to because I did one for Grand Rapids, Michigan, I'm going to go with Schmidt Realtors, which is the DBA for the area that I'm in. So I'm going to click choose. And now my video has my logo up there. I can add a little message here, and it has my signature down here as well. So I built an email with it. It looks pretty cool. I can type who I want to send it to here, but I'm also going to step out of this for a second just to show you a little bit more in-depth thing that I can do. If I go up to emails up here in the platform, I click on emails, I'm basically going to do what I just did right there, but I'm going to have even more customization that I can add to it. So I want to see if I can find the old one that I did when I did something earlier, a year or two ago. I did a really nice little template there, because what you can ultimately do is build your own, like you can make it a monthly update like that, or you could do something like this and essentially make a newsletter. Oh my goodness gracious, old J or young JD, look at that baby. But what I've done here is I've taken this video and actually made a little newsletter out of it. Graphic, contact info, or social media info, my contact info right there. Now I have a cool template that I can use for a video. And you are able, so again, it takes a little legwork in the beginning, but you're actually able to set that up and then reuse it every single month. So what I can do if I want to do it, oh, this is the one I was looking for. Same deal here. September market report. I've got my video there. I've got the logo and little info there. I've got an article there. I've got a review there. I've now built a newsletter from a market report right here in BombBomb. You can go that intense if you want, or you can just shoot the video out. So I can go here to new email, advanced composer, and I can choose from any of those templates that I just saw that I was showing you, or I can make my own, or I can edit these templates. There's all of these things that you can do. So if I go to change template, I can find any of the brokerage ones that I have here. Like I said, I'll go down to the Schmidt Realtors one that I was, it's probably up here at the top somewhere. Yep, Schmidt Realtors right here. I've got that. I'm going to choose the video that I just shot. I'm going to click choose. Here it is, insert. So there's now my video. You can change that thumbnail, by the way. It will be motion, but I can change that in the settings if I want to. And then I can go down here to some info. I can add more if I want to or not. So I've subject line, my subject line, I could just make it, you know, what's it, May. So JD's May market report, Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I've got this, I've got it right here. What I can do from here, how do I send it out to people? This is the final step, right? I've found the information, I've shot the video, I've created the email, now I got to send it out. This is where the beauty of BombBomb comes in, that there's a bunch of different ways you can send it out. I can send it out right here in BombBomb. And if I've done the connection earlier, I can actually connect all of my Gmail contacts into BombBomb. So I don't have to import or export or have spreadsheets or all that crap. If I can actually connect all of my Google contacts into here, all of my groups, all of my tags, everything, so that I can send it from here to all of those people. The other thing you could do, and if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to send it through BombBomb, if I go back here to like the videos themselves, and I click on that video May 11, the one I just shot, if I go to this share icon right here, I can see all these things. But if I click copy for email, watch what happens. I just click it. It says, yep, you've been copied. Great. I go in here to my email and to write a new email. And if I just paste that in here, it pulls over just like that with my wave and everything. It's not just the image. It's not just this. It's not just the link, like a little line. It's the video. So now if I want to, I can say subject matter again, you know, May market update from JD Waldvogel. And then for recipients, I can just put my team in here. I can go marketing group, put them all in there. They all autofill. And now I've got a video going out to 20 people with a click of a button, or click of a couple buttons, if you will. And I can add a little caption up here. Or again, I could do the same thing up here from BombBomb when I'm sending it from the platform itself. So let's say you do that, right? I do this, I send this out, they all get the email. They're like, great, thanks for the report, JD, looks great. I sent it to 20 people. But then what happens is I'm sitting here and someone emails me and goes, hey, JD, I love that video that you sent me. Can you send it to my friend, or can you text it to me because I'd love to watch it? Well, here's what's cool. If I go to, oopsie doopsie, again, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. If I go to my phone and I open up the BombBomb app, hopefully it's going to open for me right away here. So I open up the app. It's asking me to record a video if I want to. If I go down here to the videos right here, that video that I just shot is the first video that appears, right? It's right there. So instead of emailing it to somebody, I can click text. And this is where I'm going to bother Carrie again, because I always do this. I'm going to send it to Carrie Scump. And look what happens here. When I text the video to Carrie, I'm going to wait for it to go through real quick. It comes through like that in iMessage. My face is right there. And if she clicks it, she can watch the video literally right there in iMessage instantaneously without me having to upload it to a different place or download it to my phone. I went to the app, I put in her as the contact, and the video was out there to her. So you might send it to a big group and then go, oh, this other person wanted it, this other client, or this other, whatever it may be. And all you have to do is text it that way. Those videos stay in your account forever, indefinitely. There's no limit to the amount of videos. There's no limit to the length of the videos. But in a matter of, I know that I'm doing a training, in a matter of 10 to 15 minutes, I shot a market report and sent it out to my entire sphere through my email. If I do that every month, I am now building their confidence that I know what's going on in the market. I know the information, and they see me as the person to go to for that information. So that is how you can leverage BombBomb and video as a whole to dissect the information, send it out to your sphere, and now they are going to see you as the market expert, as the person to go to for that. I know to go to Michael because he knows all this stuff. I see these videos he sends out each month, and they're great. Any questions on that part of it super quick? Or not, sorry, I have one other thing I want to talk about super quick. Any questions on that process? So before I wrap up, there's one other very easy way to use BombBomb that I want to share with you guys. And it's normally I share some more video examples, but I felt it was more valuable to walk you through this today. Here's the other thing you can do that's a lot less scary. Let's just go, that might go, that's still a little intimidating, JD. Is there something else I can do? Well, of course there's something else you can do. Here's the other thing that I want to show you guys how to do is how you could do you basically do a normal touch point. So what I mean by that is going back to what I was sharing earlier about not responding, not reaching out to clients, not reaching out to your sphere of influence consistently and stuff like that. Let's do a way quicker way to do something like that. So I'm going to take my phone back out and I'm going to bother Carrie again. But instead of texting her that video, I might have just seen, oh shoot, it's Carrie's home anniversary today. I saw that in my Moxie Engage or in my CRM. I see, hey, it's been 1 year since Carrie bought her home. So I might go to BombBomb and open it up and close the window. And I'm just going to shoot a video here with my phone and I'll show you it after. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. Hey, Carrie, happy anniversary. It's the 1 year anniversary of you guys buying the home. I cannot believe it's already been a year since that's happened. But I remember how excited you guys were at the time. I remember, talking about wanting to redo the patio and redo the backyard for the kids and for Potter. And I hope you've been able to do that. I hope it's been everything you guys have wanted for the past year. So I just wanted to pop in and say congrats. And I know how much this home means to you. And I'm glad that you guys get to be there right now. So happy home anniversary. Pass the well wishes on to the family and of course the dog, because I'm sure he really remembers what today is, doesn't want to be left out. But yeah, just wanted to pop in and say hi. Have a great rest of the week. And I'm sure I'll see you soon. 30 some seconds. And just like that, I have said this big old smile right there with my little eyes that make me, there we go. There's the thing. I put in text to Carrie and I just say, in all caps, and say happy home anniversary. I don't know how you'd spell that word. And then I have the video go through to her. And instead of doing an automated, hold on, let's wait for it to go through. Happy home anniversary. There's me popping through like that. Instead of me sending the automated postcards or sending an email or something like that, it took me literally, let's round up in a minute, 1 minute to open the app. And what did Carrie just say? Hey, thanks, and then a laugh face. So she's gonna. It took me a minute to open the app, shoot a 30-second video, and then text it to her. That is far more relational than a printed postcard or an email automation. And again, all of these things are great ideas, right? Doing nothing is a lot worse than doing this or this or this. But the example I love to use is that when I bought my first home, a year later, I got the automated postcard from our lender. It had our lender's headshot and I had our agent's headshot. And the agent, his photo was about 10 years old already at that point. So he looked like, baby face. But it said happy house anniversary or home anniversary, had, like their printed signatures, the printed headshots. And I went up to our agent the next day at the office and I said, hey, thanks for the postcard. And he goes, what postcard? And I was like, exactly. Like that is not as personal by a long shot as a 30-second video saying, hey, congrats on it's been a year. It's, hey, Merry Christmas, happy birthday, whatever that is. It is using this tool to make video easy, but to also actually do it. Because doing video is one of the, the act of doing the video is one of the biggest pushbacks I get when it comes to doing video at all. This tool, BombBomb, on your phone, on your computer, in your Gmail, on your tablet, wherever you have it, makes video so easy that you basically don't have an excuse to not do it. And it's not one of those things where it's like, hey, it's not like I'm talking to my kids saying, hey, you need to clean up and you need to do this because I'm asking you to do it. The reason why I'm saying you need to do this is because it will help your business. It will make people trust you more. It will help them stay in touch with you more. and it will help them see you as the person to go to. Final story of that legitimately happening. We had an agent who has BombBomb who got a new Zillow lead and reached out, called, didn't get a response, texted, didn't get a response, emailed a week later, didn't get a response. So just set them up on a monthly drip campaign. Once a month getting an email, or maybe twice a month, once or twice a month. And then she came to one of the BombBomb informationals like this. And when that was, she signed up for it from the informational, and she said that she recorded a video and sent it to that client and just said, hey, JD, she didn't say JD, but that'd be weird if she did. But she goes, hey, JD here, you inquired about some stuff on Zillow a few months ago, and I just wanted to put a face to the name, say hi, and, just, offer my services. If there's anything I can do for you, any questions, I'd love to, sit down and chat. So that's all. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Sent that video. The next week they were listing that person's property. And I'm not going to go back and say it's exclusively because of that video. Timing was absolutely a part of it. But instead of just getting these emails from someone's headshot that you see on Zillow or coldwellbanker.com or Sotheby's.com, you're actually seeing that person. You're hearing their voice. You're seeing the way that they talk, their mannerisms, etc. That is the value of video. That is the value the videos will be more engaged with, like that person responding. And then you've got a relationship where now you're listing the property and you're working with them. So any questions on BombBomb, how to leverage it in your business, what other kind of videos you do? Any questions at all about what we've talked about? Okay, well, here's what I'll say to wrap. This has been recorded. I'm going to put it on Schmidt Video Classroom as soon as we're done here, as soon as the video processes and stuff. And if you're like, yes, JD, first of all, JD, that's the best thing I've ever seen. You're fantastic. You're the best person I've ever seen do video. I'm gonna go, first of all, that's very sweet of you. Thank you so much. But if you go, I'm ready to do this. I want to sign up for BombBomb. I want to try it. SchmidtResources.com. There's a BombBomb Square. There's a link here, and you can sign up with our company deal of $25 a month. It's normally, I think, 55 or maybe even up to $60 a month outside of our company deal. So you're getting a great price for it. And on this page, you're going to see the support they have there, our past webinars, their past webinars, and they have something that is literally the BombBomb Real Estate Action Plan. They talk about, look at all the categories they have over here: increase appointments and conversions, increase repeat and referral business, save time and improve efficiency, and then video for brokers and real estate video sources. You click on any of these, they have video examples and text to help you do and shoot these videos as easy as possible to make your life, or to give you content ideas. So go to schmidtresources.com, take a look at this. And then again, if you guys sign up and you want me to be the guinea pig, send me your first video. I will absolutely be the person that you can send that to. So thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day, rest of your week. Again, I hope it's sunny where you are like it is for me right now. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye, everybody.